Hey guys, what's going on? I feel like I got like something wrong with my hand. I keep shaking constantly. I just had to record this video and I'm having so many problems trying to record a video. Anyways, people trying to call me and my son acting like a ding dong. Anyways, let's get on to this video. And I already recorded like half this video and then my wife tried to call me and interrupted the video. Oh my God. Hassles ensue when you have a family. Let me just tell you right now. Anyways, trying to record this video about Def Comedy Jam 25-year special. Good Lord. This special was not what it should have been. I didn't even make it through all the way. I'm not going to waste my time with it. Because I got halfway through it and it was the same bullcrap all the way to like the third or fourth comedian. Every single comedian that came out would just say how this show helped progress the black community in comedy. Basically, that's what they all came and said, which that's great. You know, I have no problem with that. I'm not trying to come up as a racist or anything like that by saying these kind of things. I'm just saying, if you're celebrating Def Comedy Jam 25 years, I would assume you would have some comedy in there. You would have them come out and do some stand-up comedy. Instead, it's kind of like a tribute. But if you wanted it to be a tribute, or if you wanted it to be about that, you should have said, Def Comedy Jam, 25 years, you know, something, another headline after that, saying like, what it did for the culture, or something like that, I don't know. But they didn't do that. They kind of let you believe, something on the camera, let you believe that this is going to be a stand-up special. Even by the kind of like the advertisement stuff, you kind of thought it was going to be a stand-up special. And the way it started, it was really, really good. You know, Steve Harvey came out, this bigger kind of black woman, I can't remember what her name was. She's really super funny. She's like very vulgar. And they call her the most vulgar woman in comedian, period, to ever be on Def Comedy Jam. Cedric the Entertainer and Dave Chappelle. They all come out and they do this little comedy act before. It's really, really good. They get to, you know, I was all hyped. I was like, yeah, this is going to be funny. Yeah, it's going to be good. And then, like, 4 comedians come out after, like, one after the other. And it's just a bunch of bullcrap, you know? You know, Tracy Morgan comes out after that. And then he calls out and he says some nice things. Basically, you know, saying, like, really non-funny things. Like, he said, like, 1 or 2 things funny. And then he called Martin Lawrence to the stage. And once again, Tracy Morgan says, and this did a lot for the black culture. It helped, get, black comedians a shot, on TV to do what they love to do. And then, he called Martin Lawrence to the stage, and Martin Lawrence basically didn't even really say anything. He was like, he seemed like he was going to get like a little teary-eyed, though. That's my thing. And he probably didn't want to cry on like a program or whatever. But he was short and sweet. He said thank you, and couldn't have done without you guys. And I don't think he even really said anything funny. And then the next comedian comes out, and I don't remember who it was that came out next, but it basically, he said the same exact thing. He was like, this show did so much things for the black culture. I sound like a broken record, but if you were watching the same damn show I watched, you would be very, very angry at this too, because you're sitting there going, I thought this was going to be a stand-up special, that there'd be a bunch of comedians come out, and this is what and D.L. Hughley was the last one I watched, and one, I don't like him, first of all, to begin with. He's a funny guy, I understand that, but he said the same thing, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. This is all it's going to be, and there's not going to be any stand-ups, really. There's not going to be any stand-up special. This is all they're going to do, and then they're going to just keep shooting to somebody else, or they're going to keep shooting to legends that are more funnier than them, or what got them into the business, and then they're going to keep on doing that throughout the whole special, and they're not going to be any stand-up whatsoever, because Martin didn't even do anything. So, with that being said, what it should have been, I think, should have been a couple new guys coming up that maybe, I don't know if Def Jam's even on anymore. Is it on anymore? I would assume it is. Maybe? I think it's HBO or BT. It's on one of those. BT is something else, I think. I think it's on HBO. But I think it's still on. If it's not on, then I'm just stupid. But I truly think that they should have had 2 up-and-comers. They're kind of like black guys that are kind of having a hard time breaking into. Have them come out, do a half-an-hour set on this special that really hadn't been noticed, that should be noticed. Get them on this special. Make sure they're kind of somebody that actually could go somewhere. Don't get some guy like Bernie Mac that's going to come out and cuss like all the time. Get somebody who's actually super funny like Steve Harvey that can actually go places, you know, that's had a lot of rave reviews about him. Have him come out, do some stand-up for 30 minutes, and that's what they should have done. And then in between, you could have had the little things between the comedians that you didn't settle that stuff. You could have had them in groups, and you could have had them in the audience talking about stuff. You could have done this in a totally different way. And then you could have had, hell, you could have had Cedric the Entertainer, you could have had Steve Harvey at the end to do some stand-up stuff at the end, just some simple stuff. You could have had what you had with Dave Chappelle and that at the beginning. You could have did that, and then you could have maybe had some other people come out and do some short little stand-up acts. But instead, we got this whole tribute to Def Comedy Jam that constantly, nothing. It's just nothing constantly. And it's like, what am I watching? Like, I could sit there and make a video about this, and it would literally me, I just told you what I repeated. It would be me repeating that, telling you 2 jokes, and then repeating that phrase again, telling you 2 jokes. That would be what I got at the beginning of this special, and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to sit here and watch this. This is not even funny. I mean, it's funny, but it's stupid. It's not worth my time. It's wasting my time. I get the gist. Def Comedy Jam did a lot for the black culture and black comedians back in the day. I understand that, but you don't have to keep saying it every time. Somebody doesn't have to keep coming out. So if I had to say anything, I have seen specials over the years. I've seen a lot of specials. I've seen a Richard Pryor special, which I think they could have did a better job on. I have seen other specials, being a tribute to other comedians that they did so much better. They highlighted their career. They had people do that. That would have been fine. If they would have did that, they would have highlighted some best Def Comedy Jam and had some people come out and say, yeah, let's get him up here and let's give him a warm welcome to Martin Lawrence and have him come up, say a few things, couple one-liners, boom, get him out the door, talk about another person. And they could have done stuff like that. But they didn't even go that route. I don't even know what they were trying to accomplish here. It wasn't funny at all. And for me to be saying at near the end of the video that this is one of the worst specials about comedians that I've ever seen in my life. I've seen some bad ones. I've seen, like I said, the Richard Pryor one, I thought they dropped the ball. And there's a couple Richard Pryor specials. One was done well. One was done, like, horrible. Like, it wasn't good at all. Like, one of them, I don't remember what it was called, but I know there's a couple of them out there. One was just stupid. Like, it was basically telling us a life story. And, like, if I want to watch that, I'll watch, like, I don't know, Behind or something. I don't know, what do you call it? I'm sure there's other specials out there that you could watch to learn about the history of Richard Pryor. And I remember that one being, like, basically everything you already knew about Richard Pryor. And then people talked about how great his comedy career was, and that's all they said. And that's good. I mean, that's great, but we already know that. We already know he's that good. If you're going to showcase Richard Pryor, you should showcase some of his acts over the years. You should have did that. You could have said, this, you could have had the comedians say that, oh, well, this is my favorite scene, blah, 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 and showed the scene, things like that. But Def Comedy Jam, they went in a totally different direction. I don't know what they were trying to do. I don't understand what they were doing with this whole thing. But like I said, I don't understand because they didn't have any stand-up at all. And like I said, I haven't made it. I didn't, halfway through, I'm out. I bailed because it wasn't anything stand-up going on. They came out, they stood up, but they didn't say anything. They didn't do any jokes. They were all saying how great Def Comedy Jam was. That's awesome. I got that. I got that from the very beginning when, things were going on. I don't understand. I just don't understand. So I'm going to end the video. I do not, and I repeat, I do not recommend watching Def Comedy Jam 25 Years Special. It is horrible. If you want to see the irritating thing that is called Def Comedy Jam 25 Years Special, whatever it's called, it doesn't even require me to say their name correctly because the title is so stupid. But this thing was horrible. It was bad. It was not good at all. It was nothing. It was absolutely garbage in the hands of something being a tribute to something. I mean, it would almost, this is how bad I truly think it is. It's almost as me having a Burger King special and me coming out and having like 3 other guys or having 10 other people come out and say, my favorite sandwich is the Whopper. It's done so much for the Burger King restaurant. That's how annoying I think it was. Like, yes, Def Comedy Jam did a lot for our culture, and they would all say it in different words and stuff like that, and it's like, man, you somehow managed to make this stand-up all about the black community and how the blacks did good on this show. That's awesome. We get that. We like you. We bought your tickets. We've watched your movies over the years. That's why we're watching the special. But you gave us something absolutely trash. You guys keep saying how good you guys were and what the show did for your career. Yes, that's nice. Tell us more. Give us jokes. Something. We know how good you are. We know what you can do. But yet you don't want to showcase that and maybe do it for a charity or something like that. You know, I don't understand. I don't know what's going on, what they were trying to accomplish here. It's really just a useless program that they put on Netflix, and I don't understand what the point of it was. And even Netflix spending time to say, hey, this is a big deal. This is on our streaming service or whatever. It's like, no, it's not that good. What is it even about? Like, I don't understand. Like, sitting through them just saying it did a lot for the black comedians, I don't understand. Like I said, I don't know what else to say about this. It's horrible. I would not watch it. I'm not going to finish it. Maybe if I, like, turn it on in the background, I may watch it, but I mean, it's really stupid. Like, it's not going to keep, it could not keep my attention because it was so boring. And that's sad, saying Def Comedy Jam and boring in the same sense. Now, I understood if I said annoying because the black comedians were saying curse words, they were saying, you know, adult like things, whatever, adult theme kind of things, and they were kind of getting way out of my comfort zone, and maybe that's why I said they were annoying, and that's why I didn't watch it. But no, we didn't even get to that point. They were cussing, they surely were cussing, but it didn't get to the point to where I could say that. It was boring. It was boring. Boring and Def Comedy Jam should not ever be in the same sentence, and they somehow made that happen. I don't know. And if you've seen Def Comedy Jam, you should know that this should have been good. If you haven't seen it, good God, do not waste your time. Watch the opening act and then turn it off. And if you want to see Tracy Morgan, see him walk out. And that's it. Anyways, I'm going to get going. Hope you guys liked the video. Keep on rocking. I'll see you guys later.